Kalen Patterson, Midwest Muscle at the OCB Midwest States in DeKalb, Illinois, home of Ryan Doors, all kind of famous competitors. And I'm also with someone straight from the Yorton. I'd like you to introduce yourself and give us a little background and tell us why you're here and what you're doing and how much this is just changing the world in natural bodybuilding.
Perfect. I'm Brenda Rahe, and I'm an IFPA pro female bodybuilder. I have 5 previous world championship titles, 4 international, and a U.S. Cup. So I've been competing for a little while, and I'm here today with 3 of my athletes. I actually have a figure, a bikini, and a female bodybuilder as well. So came to support them and get them through the show. I was actually at the show last year too with a couple of them. So it's a great show. There's a lot of really good quality competitors today. It's a huge show.
Now, how did it, we have a 50-plus men's group on stage, and there wasn't 1 or 2, because usually that's what I'm used to seeing, 1 or 2 50-plus, supermasters, grandmasters, where it's just 1 or 2, and they, but this group actually had 4 and 5, and then masters had 7, and then submasters had quite a few as well. So, to see them in that kind of shape, women, for some reason, just stepped their game up about 2 years back. The men are actually stepping their game up now. It shows this late in the year for this kind of competition and this kind of conditioning. That's got to make you super excited for where we're going.
It does, actually, and it's something that I like to try to share with all my clients. If they come to me and say it's too late or I'm too old or do you think I can really do this? As naturals, that's when we're in our prime because we have the density, we have the muscle maturity, and things just get better and better and thicker for us. So when someone comes to me and they're in their 40s, it's never too late. That's just when we kind of get started on being good.
Now, the one question I've been asking everybody, because it seems like it's a forgotten art, I say, what does muscle maturity look like? And people don't understand, if you keep building a muscle, it's going to start defining and start getting that rock hard, grainy look on its own, plus what you're doing for diet and conditioning makes it even better. How do you explain that to one, like you said, because women have an image and then there's a self-image and there's a competition stage image and it gets stuck in the head and then they step away from it and they say, oh, I'm not this person anymore. It's like you're still a woman and you're still in great shape.
Right, and I just, I always try to say that to them. I have a lot of competitors when they start and they're younger, and they're thick, their muscle thickness is there, but they'll get really lean, but they still look a little soft. Mm-hmm. And that's why I try to explain that to them. Keep doing what you're doing, because if you start that young and you build that much mass, when you turn 30, and then when you turn 40, and God willing, if you keep going when you're 50, the thickness is incredible. Yes. The density, it's like rock hard. Cut with glass instead of just getting kind of lean and you look good. It's even sharper as you get older. So,
and now Darren Steen is here as well, and he's got his gym and he's got a seminar coming up, and you're going to be helping him out. So would you mind telling about it, because some people don't understand what all it entails, and you're going to be helping with that, and then also with posing. But just to educate the uneducated, because there's a lot of bro science and there's a lot of things that aren't true, but they've been practiced so long that people are trying to make them true.
True, and his seminar is going to be great. Anybody, it's meant to help you advance, not just in your bodybuilding, but as an athlete. And if you're a trainer, absolutely good. You're going to get a lot of great advice in different aspects of training and the how-tos and marketing, business, things like that. We're obviously throwing in a nutritional aspect of it too, and that's, I think, a big key to try to teach people. It's something big key. Yeah, something that I always tell my clients too is you want to feed your body to fuel your goals. You don't want to starve your body to feed your goals, because that doesn't work. And so that's the biggest thing, is that we want to touch on that, especially as natural athletes. How do we actually do that? So we're going to dive into that as well, which will be good for people, I think, to learn. Like you said, there's a lot of bro science, a lot of things that have been done for so long that it's the way it's done, but nobody really knows why they're doing it. Nobody answers why. Yeah, and it's not appropriate, because as a natural, it's different. Yes. There's not extra supplements or things going in there to counteract effects of what might be wrong. So it's literally eat, sleep, work out, supplement what you need, and repeat.
Exactly. Now, this show is growing and growing, and I was telling Ray earlier before, right after prejudging, I said it amazed me. Like last year it was big, and I was like, man, this is about as big as we can get, and it's packing people in. And now we have it prejudging, where it used to be, all the people that were fans of the family and friends. Now you have friends, family, and now you have a following as well. So prejudging was packed in the audience, not on stage, on stage as well, but in the audience. It just kind of blew me away to turn around and you hear like the mumbling you hear right now, where it's just going and growing and growing. As a competitor, with the years under your belt, knowing how it started to where it's going, how does that make you feel?
That's exciting to me because, the one thing I want to see is to have it keep growing so that people understand that there is a natural arena out there. You don't have to take, substances that maybe you don't want to put in your body to do it. So it's good because the word is spreading, and that's a great thing, as I'm a promoter as well. So I see it with my show where people in the community start to realize this thing happens every year. And then all of a sudden it's, oh gosh, I missed it last year. Let me check it out this year. And they bring their friends and it continues to grow. And then they understand that we're here, and it just helps the sport grow then too, because all of a sudden they're talking about it and they find someone at the gym who looks great, but they don't know about natural organizations or that they could even do that. And then that brings in another athlete too. So it keeps feeding it in both ways, but it's astronomical. The growth that I've seen in 13 years as a competitor is incredible.
And you're stepping on with the physique that would win. I mean, honestly, now the physiques that would have won 2 years ago would not win now. And the people that are competing have stepped up their game off of what you're doing. And what I love is that now when you show up at a show, people know you that aren't really fans of bodybuilding, but they know you from competitions, the big name shows, because you really make the name at the big name shows, and you really have to bring the wood when you come to these big name shows. And to be placing like you're placing, people say, there's Brenda, or there's Terry McBee, or there's Patricia Payne. I mean, when they're starting to say your name, and it's like, well, who are you? And it's like, well, they've been coming and following the shows, and now they're having the live webcast. It's really growing. It's got to be a great feeling.
It is a good feeling. And I was just actually at the gym working out in between the prejudging and the night show, and there were a lot of pros in the gym working out. We were just talking about that and how much people don't realize how much they inspire us.
Yes.
Right? So, we get on stage and we do what we do to hopefully motivate and inspire someone to do something they thought they couldn't, but it's the energy that we get back from those fans that we might not even know, or the other competitors or people that we help get into the sport, and it's just self-feeding. We feed them, they feed us, and I think sometimes people forget that without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. It's the fans, it's our support, it's our family, it's the competitors that are coming up through the ranks. That's what really drives us.
Now, before we finish this interview, you've got your own thing going, and you've also got your own gym, and there's so many things going on. Give a shout out to your place, your website, whatever people need to do to find out the right way to go about nutrition, the right way to go about competing, the right way to go about health and fitness, even if they never step on stage.
Yeah, I actually have my own website, which is brendarahe.com, and my last name is Rahe. And then I have a Facebook page as well for myself and my business, which is Absolute Definition. I train people all over the world. It's not just in my area. So I do long distance as well, general wellness, and of course competitors. I'm a coach and I do prep plans for people. Holding a camp in January, actually in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, for competitors of any federation, any division. January 11th, actually, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All that info is on my website too, so always trying to give back as much as I can, and then I'll teach the entire workshop series again in the spring that I do for competitors on how to design their prep, how to do peak week, how to pose. All of that stuff comes with it. So.
All right, Brenda. Well, thank you. We got a show happening right now. So Brenda Rahe, Kaylin Patterson, Mike Dean, thanks so much. Midwest Muscle, we are out.